One reference image, one reference video, and your character performs the exact motion for the full length of the clip. This is SCAIL-2, a newly launched open-source AI model for end-to-end controlled character animation. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it to control motion for single and multiple characters without GPU inside Run Comfy. You'll find the sample workflow that I'm using for this tutorial along with all the exclusive discounts in the description. Once you open the link, just click on Run Workflow and it will launch directly in Run Comfy. There's no need to download anything, set up a dual GPU configuration, or worry about VRAM requirements on your own computer. When you first see this workflow, it might look a little technical, but don't worry, I'll show you exactly which settings you need to change to create your own motion transfer videos using SCAIL-2. So let's start with a single character motion transfer. For this, we need two things. First, a reference image of the character whose appearance we want to use. And second, a video containing the movement that we want to transfer. So, in the reference image section, I'll upload my character image, and then, in the video load section, I'll upload the video containing the motion that I want to use. For the best results, try to use a clear reference image where the character is clearly visible. And for the driving video, it's better to use something with clear movement, without too many fast cuts or heavy obstructions blocking the person. Now, there are a few important settings we need to check before running the workflow. The first one is the number of frames. For example, if your video is 15 seconds long and has a frame rate of 24 frames per second, you'll need around 360 frames to process the entire video. So, for this example, I'll set the total frames to 360. For the resolution, I'm using a portrait format, so I'll keep the width and height at the settings already used in this workflow. You can adjust the resolution depending on the type of video you want to create and the amount of processing power you're using. And that's basically everything we need to set up manually. The rest of the workflow is already connected and ready to go. So, I'll run the workflow now and wait for it to finish processing. And here is the final result. As you can see, the character from my reference image is now performing the motion from the original driving video. So, the appearance comes from the reference image, while the movement comes from the driving video. Now, let's try something a little more interesting, transferring the motion to multiple characters. For this, I'm using a separate sample workflow that is specifically set up for multi-character motion transfer. You'll find the link to this workflow in the description. For this example, I'm using a single reference image containing two characters. First, I'll upload the driving video in the video load section. Then, I'll upload the image containing both characters in single image load. In the quick toggle section, I'll keep single image load enabled and make sure character replacement remains set to false, because in this example, we're doing motion transfer rather than character replacement. The workflow will then track the people in the driving video and the characters in the reference image. The masks help the model understand where each character is located, which allows it to transfer the motion more accurately. For a vertical social media video, I'm using a portrait resolution of 648 by 1536. And before generating a long video, I recommend testing the workflow with a shorter frame count first. This lets you check whether the characters and the motion are working correctly without waiting for a long generation. Once you're happy with the result, you can increase the frame limit and generate the full video. And here's the result. As you can see, the motion has now been transferred to both characters in the reference image. Now, if you want to use Run Comfy for your own projects, there are two pricing options available: Pay As You Go and Pro. With the Pay As You Go plan, there's no monthly subscription. You simply add funds to your account and only pay for the GPU time you actually use. Paid plans start at $30 per month, which gives you $10 credit and priority support. Overall, after testing SCAIL-2 with both single and multiple characters, I think the results are really impressive. The motion transfer does a great job of preserving the movement from the original video while applying that movement to completely different characters. The main thing to keep in mind is that generation can take time, especially when you're working with longer videos or higher frame counts. So, try out SCAIL-2 on Run Comfy using the discount link in the description and let me know your feedback in the comments below. And for another useful AI tutorial, check out this video next.